Clutch Trucker is filmed before a live studio audience. Hey, Clutch Trucker here. Thanks so much for tuning in again on the Clutch Trucker channel. Here I am parked in Underwood, Iowa at a little CNEX. It's just about 18 miles kind of northeast, I guess that would be, of Council Bluffs. I knew there wouldn't be any place to park in Council Bluffs, so I thought I'd try it here. I'm going to try to get my trailer. I got some stuff I need to get fixed on the trailer tomorrow. Try to do that at Sapp Brothers in Council Bluffs. I like doing a lot of that kind of stuff at Sapp Brothers. I think they're really good. I live in Cheyenne, Wyoming. I have a Sapp Brothers there. They're reasonable. They can do damn near anything, and I trust them a hell of a lot more than the Freightliner in Cheyenne. By the way, there's a little hint for you. If you're running a Freightliner, if you don't have to go to the Freightliner in Cheyenne, please don't. They killed my first truck. I can honestly say that. So, little heads up for you. Alright, this is Trucker Etiquette number 2. More of how not to be an ass-wagon. I even have notes. I took notes, so I try to make a decent video on this one. Some other things that you shouldn't really do if you don't want to be an ass-wagon, or you don't want to be an asswipe. Camping on the fuel island, I think I touched on that a little bit in the last video. But come on, drivers, that's not a place to take your 30-minute break. That's not a parking spot. I've seen so many times where a driver will pull up to the fuel island, not pull all the way forward even though there's no one in front of them, and they'll stop right there at the fuel island and eat their freaking lunch. Makes me violent. That's when I want to take my, what is this, Magnum flashlight, which I'm just currently using so you can see me, and beat them senseless. But, I try to be civilized, and I don't do that. Plus, I'd rather really not go to jail. But, that's being an ass-wagon, I mean, come on. At least pull all the way forward, and if somebody pulls up behind you and they're fueling, and they're done fueling, then get out their freaking way. It's not a parking space. Don't camp out on the freaking fuel island. And if you're not going to fuel, and you're just running in to go to the bathroom or something, and there's nobody in front of you, and there's space to pull forward in front of that fuel island, pull forward! Don't be an ass-wagon. Come on, guys. How many times have you seen that? All the time. All the freaking time. Have some courtesy. Pull forward. Now, I know we've all had the situation. You're going down the road and all of a sudden your stomach goes off on you and you're like, holy crap. Literally, I need to get over and hit the head pretty damn quick. So you may have to pull up. There might be somebody parked in front of you, and you might have to run in and hit that bathroom, and maybe it's not a pretty situation. And you're stuck in that stall for, 10, 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying, baby? That happens to all of us, all right? But, don't sit there and eat your lunch. You're just being an ass-wagon, all right? Throwing trash on the ground at the truck stops. That's another one that just really chaps my hiney. Gets my undies in a bundle. And that's, you don't want to see that. That's frightening. And there's usually trash cans around the whole perimeter of the truck stop. I got all over a guy one day when he just threw a bag of trash right there behind his truck, and there was a trash can literally 15 feet away from him. And I called him out on it, but I'm 52 years old. As I get older, I don't have a problem calling people out on crap like that. Pick it up, throw it away. Also, don't toss the piss bottles just on the ground out there. I know some guys like to pour them into the grass. That's fine. Whatever. If I have, a bottle that I've used for that, I put it in my trash bag and just throw it away, usually in a dumpster, not just in a trash can, every day, every other day. All right? I try to be a little, conscious about that. Tailgating while driving. That's another huge one that just drives me nuts. If I'm going at the speed limit or over the speed limit and you come up behind me and you're just right on my ass, back the freak off. I have no problem slowing way down and slowing you down. And then if you get on the radio and start chewing me out about it, I'm going to get right back at you and say, hey, I was going at the speed limit or over. You got no reason to be tailgating me. Now, if I'm going 5, 10, 15 miles an hour below the speed limit, yeah, you've got a right to tailgate me because I'm being an ass-wagon. I'll give you that one. Okay, another one in truck stop. A lot of these are related to truck stops. When you're parked at a truck stop, once you're parked, how many times have you seen that ass-wagon across from you with their headlights on? And they leave them on all night long. And you're parked across from them and they're just glaring right at you. Turn the headlights off. Come on, guys. While you're driving down the road, this one, like okay, say you're in Nebraska, Kansas, somewhere where it's flat as a freaking pancake, pick a speed. You know, how many times you've been tooling along, like I'll be going across Nebraska, speed limit 75. There's some guy in the right lane, he's going 70. I move over to the left lane, I'm going 75. As soon as I get up next to him, oh boy, he's going to speed up. And then he starts going faster. It leaves me hanging out in the left lane. Now, all the four-wheelers are pissed off because I'm blocking the left lane, and they all start swinging around me on the right side. Pick a speed. I don't care what it is. Pick it. Doesn't matter to me. Now, granted, if you're driving across like I-80 in Iowa, where it's up and down, up and down, up and down, and we've all got different weighted loads, yes, you know, we're not going to be able to maintain a specific speed. But across a lot of the turnpike in like Ohio on I-80, pick a speed. Come on, man. Here's another big one for truck stops. If you're going to scale your load, you go onto the cat scale your load. This has happened a few times, believe it or not, where I'm next in line, and the guy in front of me who just got off the scale stops right in front of the scale and starts sliding his tandems right there. Well, now I've scaled, I'm done, I'm ready to, you know, park so I can go in and get my ticket or whatever. He's still monkeying around with his tandems. Park in a spot, pull off to the side, get out of the freaking way to slide your tandems. Don't do it in front of the scale, you jackwagon. It's another little pet peeve. All right, how about, okay, running your CB. A lot of guys these days don't run their CB at all anymore. I run mine all the time. I'll keep the squelch down, squelch set pretty high, and RF set a little bit lower, so if I really don't want to hear all the chatter, and I just want to hear guys right around me, I'll set it that way, so that I only hear guys right within a mile or so of me. And I always run it because, you know, if I have like a tire going flat, I got a light out or something, I want somebody to tell me about it. How many times you've been going down the road, you see some guy, he just passes you, he's got a tire that's just, it's not even there anymore, it's shredded, it's gone. You get on the radio, hey, you know, this happened to me just the other day. I'm like, hey, Orange Allied, you know, you got no freaking tire on your left rear axle back there, buddy. No radio on. No radio on. He doesn't know. So, you know, run your radio just for that reason. I want somebody to tell me if I got a flat tire. A lot of times, you know, especially if it's an inside tandem tire on your trailer, you know, we can't see it that easily. You know, and if you're not constantly checking your mirrors, which you should be, and you haven't seen all them chunks flying off, I want somebody to tell me. Yeah, I know you got to put up with all the, you know, I ain't got no panties on, and shut up, stupid, and pull it on over, motherfucker, you know, but I put up with that crap, and plus, you know, then that way if there's a backup, you hear about it ahead of time. And so you're not one of those idiots with your backup radio turning it on at the last second. Oh, what lane I gonna be in up here, you know, because I'm just finding out right now, even though we've been talking about it for a half freaking hour. A little passionate about some of these, if you hadn't noticed. Okay, let's see. Also, speaking of CBs, by the way, if you're newer to trucking, and you're looking to buy a CB radio for your truck, don't buy it at a truck stop. It's not really worth it because any CB you can get at a truck stop, 3 watts. Uno, dos, tres, baby. Tres watazos. I'm making that up. I don't know if that's the 3 watts. That's all they can put out from a truck stop. And so you're lucky if that'll throw across the median. So go to a CB shop. You can find them all over the country. They're usually in truck stops. And you can get a CB that's going to do you some good. I've got a Striker. Here, I'll show it to you real quick. I've shown this in other videos. It's not on right now. Let's turn it on. All right, there it is. So you can see it. That's the small chassis Striker HPC2. What is it? 447 HPC2. Great little CB radio, but it still puts out full wattage. It still puts out about 85 watts. And I don't even run it at full watts, and the receive on it is awesome. I did spring for the Striker antennas. Run your own coax. The coax that's standard in these trucks sucks, and that's going to be a big issue. Run your own coax on those. Spend a little more if you're going to buy. If you're going to spend the money on the CB radio that's full wattage, run your own coax. Get some decent antennas. Oh, here's another little pet peeve of mine. I spent 25 years working in radio, like AM, FM radio. And you see some of these guys, especially they're usually on the Peterbilts or the Kenworths, they have their antennas leaning damn near horizontal. Right? About like that. That's stupid. Radio frequency is omnidirectional from your antenna if it's straight up and down. So it's going to go around like that. When you have your antenna aimed like that, you're broadcasting to the ground and the sky. It's just the way radios work, guys. When you lean them forward like that, it's kind of stupid. The only time you should ever lean them forward, I had a Cascadia. I've had 2 Cascadias. You have that little mount that's you can attach to your mirror, a little bird perch on there. You need to tilt those forward because you want to get the coil. And if you buy the right kind of antenna, usually on those you should be running like a Fire Stick. Or if you're going to run a radio with a coil, exposed coil, it needs to be high up enough and leaning forward a little bit to get it past your metal, like on the door frame. That's the only reason to lean them forward at all. You see those guys with them leaning damn near horizontal. You're broadcasting to the sky and the ground. All right. I've worked in radio. I know how that works. You probably don't believe me, some of you guys on that, but that's the truth. What was that, Lily Tomlin? Laughing. That's showing my age. Corner lot parking in truck stops. Another one that drives me nuts. I know there's the TA in Youngstown, Ohio. They've got, the corner of the lot, right, you can park a truck this way and then right perpendicular the other way. And then some Ass-Wagon will pull in straight forward, leaving the tail end of his trailer sticking out, so you can't park in that last spot because you need to back into the spot to get your trailer hanging over the curb so that another guy can get in there. Happened to me a couple times. I parked in those corner spots, and some Ass-Wagon pulls in at the perpendicular spot forward, leaving his trailer hanging out in front of my truck. Now I gotta go rap on the door, wake this Ass-Wagon up, just so I can leave in the morning. That's being a jerk. Okay, I've got more notes here. Let's see. Middle of the day in the truck stop when the lot's half empty and you're the Ass-Wagon who pulls up and parks next to the scale. How much of a lazy Ass-Wagon are you? Come on. Work on your parking skills. If nothing else, you're a lazy Ass-Wagon. When there's half the lot empty and you pull up next to the scale and park there. Everyone, apparently a lot of drivers seem to think that that's just a magic-free spot, parking next to the scale. Yeah, well, all it says to me is, oh, look at the Ass-Wagon. All right. Here's a little thing, not like they'll ever hear this. Pilots flying J's. I am so sick of hearing that. Ba-do-do-do-do-do. Can I get a courtesy check on the men's and women's bathroom, please? Thank you. That's a recorded voice. It's set to run off every who knows how often. Do they check those bathrooms? Come on, man. Some of those pilots and Flying J's, sometimes those are the most frightening bathrooms. You know they haven't been checked in a frickin' week. Do. Can I get a courtesy check on... Yeah, courtesy check this. And also, along those lines, TAs and Petros, if you got the fast food, because you've been closing down those restaurants and everything, if you got the fast food in there, keep them open 24 hours, like a Love's will or a Pilot will. They're always shutting down at 9, 10 o'clock at night. For those of us that drive a lot at night, we might like some other options. So, a little gripe against that. Alright, I know I've gone on for 15 minutes now on this rant on how not to be an ass-wagon. So, you know, hopefully it was some fun for you. Maybe it wasn't. Who knows? Clutch Trucker, as always, ring the bell, subscribe, sniff the magic YouTube fairy dust. Thanks so much for watching. Clutch out.